Joining me now in studio, GOP strategist Mike Hahn. He is also the president of digital strategy and operations at Frontline Agencies, as well as Democratic strategist Nate Lerner. He is also principal and executive director at Build the Wave. Good morning to both of you. I know we were doing the real fake tree debate. But Mike, while in North Carolina, the president said grocery prices are down, right? But studies are showing that beef and milk prices are up. So you're wheeling your groceries, cart through the store. How are people responding in the state?
I mean, look, I think it's great that the president's going out there and doing this, especially ahead of the midterms. We've heard the affordability word thrown around quite a bit when it comes to the midterms. So the fact that he's getting out there and showing people that in the last 11 months, things have gotten a lot better after 4 disastrous years under Joe Biden in the economy. Inflation is down to 2.5%. It was down from 9% under Joe Biden. Unemployment ticked up a bit, but mainly because of government jobs being lost. Wages are up. There is job growth in the state. You just showed that graphic. So he has a great story to tell, and he's going to be able to tell that over the next few months as we approach the midterm. So I think it's great that he's getting out there and doing this. It's going to help candidates.
Okay, so Nate, now to you. We just heard, Senator Schumer surrounded by other Democrats blaming Trump. So the same question for you. How can Democrats, we can point the fingers, but how can you bring these prices down?
Well, I think one way to start is to end the mass deportations. Because, if you look at by the numbers, 50% of agriculture workers are illegal immigrants. 25% of construction workers are illegal immigrants. 10% of hospitality workers, illegal immigrants. So what happens when you suddenly and violently deport a massive amount of your workforce in those key sectors? Well, guess what? Grocery prices are going to go up. Housing prices are going to go up. Hotels are going to go up. And so we're just seeing the tip of this. I mean, this is pretty much the result of the tariffs and tourism being down and our America First policy, which has turned the entire world against us. And then you have all these deportations happening. Prices are going to keep going up. Cost of living is going to keep going up. We need to reverse those policies and get back on track.
Mike, we keep talking about the finger pointing, right? So what do you see as a potential solution? And is immigration and these mass deportations the problem?
No, I think supply and demand here, right? Supply goes down because of deportations. As demand goes down because of deportations, supply is going to go up. It's going to lower costs. I think deportations are also going to drive down housing costs. We have a housing shortage in the country, so I don't think deportation is an issue here at all. It's also not shown in the unemployment numbers as well, because most job loss was in the government sector. So unemployment rose, but the jobs that were lost were government employees. Look, I think it is a dangerous rabbit hole for Democrats to get down right now, because 2026, it is a positive economic outlook. You have the one big, beautiful bill that's going to kick in, going to cut taxes for middle-class families. We're going to have a new Fed chair. It's going to cut interest rates. People are going to be able to afford houses. We're going to have the tariff rebates going out to a bunch of families. So I do think Democrats are getting a little excited here, spiking the football early before 2026, and it's going to be dangerous for them in the midterms, because there is a strong outlook for the economy next year.
Okay, Nate, let me ask you this, too, because the president just announced that he is giving military families $1,776, right? How do you think, or do you think, that this will make a difference?
Well, I think it's great, first of all. I think military families are certainly the ones most deserving of it, especially due to the headache and stress they experienced during the shutdown, which Republicans caused and refused to end. I think it's probably not great for inflation. Republicans screamed about Joe Biden doing this and, the too much money in supply. But now it seems that they've reversed when it looks good for them. I also do wonder why President Trump is being celebrated for this, while Zohran Mamdani for simply trying to give free buses to low-income New Yorkers. That's called socialism and is radical and unacceptable. Really, it's the same thing. It's helping Americans who need it most.
Yeah, interesting point. Okay, Mike, what is your reaction to the Senate failing to pass, government and basically stepping aside for the holidays and failing to pass anything at the government? Could we see another, deja vu all over again, as Yogi would say?
More Democrat obstruction, right? John Thune said that he was ready to get the appropriations bills passed. 2 senators from Colorado, who happen to be Democrats, held it up over something with atmospheric research or something like that. Try explaining that to families when the government shuts down again. But look, the Republicans absolutely won the first government shutdown. We voted multiple times to open it up. Democrats wanted to shut it down to give illegals Medicaid. That was a fact. And they got nothing for it. So we had the longest government shutdown, cost the country billions of dollars, and they had nothing to show for it. So if they want to head down this road again, it'd be a shame for Americans, but welcomed politically.
Yeah, Nate, what do you think about this? them leave? I mean, it's like, wouldn't it be nice to just go on vacation and say, we'll circle back in January?
Right.
Sure. I think to blame Democrats is ludicrous. I think it's politics is all about cooperation. Democrats have shown willingness to come to the table to lower the price of health care for Americans. Republicans refused that offer and then refused to open the government over it. Democrats gave in because they recognized that at a certain point, Republicans were never going to meet them in the middle, and if anything, they were going to go, circumvent the law to open up the government. So Democrats eventually were forced, their hand was forced. But at the same time, now we know where Republicans stand on health care. They were not willing to continue the healthcare cost cuts to keep costs down. And then we saw again, they refused that vote. So, here we are. And Americans know who is actually looking out for their interests right now, and it's not the Republican Party.
Okay, Mike, let's go to what's happening in Phoenix right now, and that's that turning point, and J.D. Vance and Erica Kirksang, our next president. What do you think about this?
I think I want to focus on the midterms. I think J.D. would be a great president. I think we have a fantastic bench. But I don't want to take our eye off the ball, and it is the midterms. We have quite a battle ahead of us in the next year. And I don't want the Trump presidency to end early with a Democrat-controlled House and Senate.
Okay, final thoughts? Nate?
I think J.D. Vance is wildly unpopular with anyone who's not a far-right MAGA conservative. I would love for him to be the nominee because he will absolutely lose in the next presidential election.
Only if Kamala's the nominee, too.
All right, guys. Thanks. Isn't it nice we can all sit here and have a conversation?
Yes,
all right.
Right?
If only the government could do this. Thank you so much. For more on today's